Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Valerie Naranco. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a rising senior at South Almani High School.
Good afternoon. My name is Johnny Ding. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a rising senior at Mountain View High School.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Quesada. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a rising sophomore at Environmental Charter in Montes.
Hi, my name is Manuel Relas, and my pronouns are he, him, and I go to Santa Ana High School. Y para los padres que no entienden inglés, buenas tardes. Me llamo Manuel Relas y vengo desde la escuela Santa Ana High School en el condado de Orange. Okay, let's get started. Okay. During this program, we researched how the Intermountain power plant is fighting climate change. As shown in the graph, over the past 140 years, greenhouse gas emissions have increased, resulting in an increase in global temperatures and climate change. In 2018, California passed Senate Bill 100, which mandates that California gets 100% of its energy from renewable sources such as wind, solar, and geothermal by 2045. Okay, so the Intermountain Power Plant, or the IPP, is a coal-burning power plant in Utah distributing electricity to Southern California. Currently, LADWP gets 20% of its energy from IPP. We can't continue to do that because of the CO2 emitted by burning coal.
Burning hydrogen instead of fossil fuels such as coal can be a green alternative because it does not emit any greenhouse gases. In the green hydrogen economy, hydrogen is produced solely with renewable resources such as solar and wind, and stores energy from these intermittent sources. The IPP is playing a significant role in the green hydrogen economy by replacing the coal burning plant with a new hydrogen burning plant. This plant will first begin in 2025, where they'll be using a mix of 30% hydrogen and 70% natural gas to generate electricity. This ratio will slowly increase throughout the years up into 2045, where the IPP will be 100% green hydrogen to comply with SB 100. IPP is replacing coal burning plant and hydrogen production and storage. Producing energy from hydrogen takes place over several steps. First, we need to generate electricity from renewable resources to then power a process called electrolysis through an electrolyzer. Then from there, we can get the hydrogen and store that into salt caverns underground. And whenever we need hydrogen, we can burn it we can pump this hydrogen into a combined cycle gas power plant, and then from there we can send that off through transmission lines.
This background information raises our research question: is this a good plan? So first we may ask, is it reliable? Will it provide enough electricity in order to prevent blackouts? Is it going to be efficient? So will there be a lot of energy loss along the process? Also, is it affordable? Is green hydrogen able to be obtained at a low cost? Will it reduce greenhouse gases? We know that the main goal of the green hydrogen economy is to reduce carbon emissions. And also, what resources are needed and what is going to be invested into this project. To evaluate the plan, we learn more about the process by performing electrolysis experiments and touring Caltech's power plant. So our electrolysis lab. Electrolysis is the process of generating hydrogen and oxygen from water, and this requires an external power source. We perform electrolysis experiments by connecting wires to a power source such as batteries or solar panels, and then placing them in water with baking soda. We discovered that the reaction increased with a larger battery or more solar panels. Also, if we were to move the wires closer together or if we were to coil them, as you can see that bottom picture right there, that's the process happening. And also the concentration of electrolytes. The electrolytes in this example would be baking soda, so the more baking soda added, the more of a reaction we're going to get. Also, we had a Caltech power plant tour where we learned that Caltech has a cogeneration power plant and this burns natural gas. The heat released from this is what produces the electricity. So we went throughout the tour and we were able to see the gas power turbine. Once when we get the heat from that turbine, we can then power another steam generator, and that steam generator is what can create the hot water distributed throughout the campus. This hot water is then cooled down in cooling towers and then sent throughout a pipeline to distribute cool water again throughout the campus. Now, how is this in comparison to the Intermountain power plant? The Intermountain power plant is about 100 times larger than Caltech's, and rather than just doing natural gas, it also is mixed with hydrogen. And just like the Caltech power plant, we use the heat from the first generator to power the second generator, but instead of needing that hot water, we just send it directly to a cooling tower.
So it's important to measure efficiency because some of this process takes up a lot of energy. So one aspect of evaluating whether IPP renewed is a good plan is to determine whether it's efficient. So how much energy we put in is converted to electricity, and how much of it is lost. So efficiency is the ratio of the energy we get out over the energy we put in, as shown in the equation below. And so this process takes a lot of energy. So the process of making hydrogen and burning it is very energy intensive. So for example, the electrolyzer is only 60 to 70% efficient, and the salt cavern is only 90% efficient. So basically at each step, we're losing energy. So the hydrogen production and burning process is not very efficient. So using values we researched from reliable resources on the internet, we calculated the best and worst case efficiencies. The worst case scenario is only 26% efficient, while the best case is still only 45% efficient. So ideally, we would like a process to have an efficiency that as high as possible. However, this process is only 26 to 45% efficient. So we're basically losing 55 to 75% of the energy that we're putting in. So this process is very inefficient. So to give like a visual, the black arrow is ideally where we want to be, but this process is in the bad, which is not very a good thing. So to visualize this, we calculated the area of solar panels needed to power this hydrogen burning IPP for 1 year. And we found that we need 19,521 acres of solar panels. So that's enough to cover 125% of Pasadena. So just imagine Pasadena covered in solar panels. And there are other green electricity sources that we could also use. So while storing and burning hydrogen is not particularly efficient, are there better options? So one possibility is to directly connect renewable sources to the power grid without creating hydrogen. This is usually done with a battery to store excess power and distribute it when natural resources are not present. However, battery storage is very limited and it's expensive compared to hydrogen storage. So this entire process of solar and wind energy is it's a short-term storage system. However, another way that we can store energy is through hydropower storage systems. So this process works by pumping water to high elevated reservoirs, and when energy is needed, we release it, and gravity does the work in creating the energy. However, the battery storage, the downside to this is we have limited reservoirs, and there are other water demands besides creating energy. So basically, this is a medium-term storage system. And to power the IPP, we could also explore using nuclear energy. And most of you know that nuclear energy is like a reliable source of energy, but it comes with cons, such as nuclear waste and disasters. But besides this is still a good plan. So although producing and burning hydrogen is not efficient and it's not a very affordable process, it is still a worthwhile investment that comes with many benefits. So the land that IPP on is on salt structures, which are ideal to store hydrogen in massive salt caverns. Hydrogen is also very energy dense, meaning that it can produce more energy per kilogram compared to other fuels such as natural gas. And we already have a workforce area in the IPP, and as well as a direct connected power line from Utah to LA. So we already have the structure and infrastructure for that. And finally, hydrogen has many additional applications beyond electricity generation. We can use it for heating, material production, and fuel cells.
After all of this research, we have come to the conclusion that with using hydrogen at IPP to produce electricity, it is not energy efficient and may require additional technological developments for this promise to be realized. However, it is an important component to enable the green hydrogen economy and alongside other developing clean energy projects. This will help California's greenhouse gas emission goals. We'd like to not only thank you guys for your time, but also our teacher mentor and our lab teacher, Joel and Ben, for putting up with us throughout this entire presentation and being so understanding about any meetings that we were having, any questions that we were having. Also Shauna for making this happen and just always keeping in contact with us. Now we'd like to ask you, what questions do you have?